I chose something relatively easy. If you don't get this, I don't know. We're gonna have to rethink our friendship.
I mean,
Are you
will
ready?
we? I mean, this is it's our first anime episode, so if it's from a sub, then I might not know it.
All right, here we go. Those who break the rules are scum, but those who abandon their friends are worse than scum.
That could be anything. It's definitely a shonen. Is it not a shonen?
I'm gagging right now.
Was it Naruto?
Okay, but what's the context?
What's the context?
Yes, you got to tell me who said it. Like, what? Where did this come from?
Say the quote again.
Oh my gosh. All right. Those who break the rules are scum, but those who abandon their friends are worse than scum.
Okay, it definitely was like a Thor. It was Kakashi.
Yes, but like what? Tell me give me the scene. Set the scene for me.
Set the scene? I don't know. Probably Sasuke being a little girl running away. I don't. Well, what's going on?
Okay, this was I'm giving you a C+, but come on now. They had just been assigned to Team Kakashi. They got their first little training. They trying to take the damn bells. Naruto trying to cheat, and then he's like, I'll give y'all one more chance. They get the food. They can't eat the food. Is it clicking?
In the ninja world, those who break the rules are scum. That's true. But those who abandon their friends are worse than scum.
Yes, I'm very aware of the first mission by Team 7. Yes, I remember that. Granted, I was probably like 10 years old when I first watched that.
Oh my gosh, but it's like, I mean, that there was multiple answers. You could have chose that. I feel like
I was right. I guessed the show. I guess who said it. I just don't know the context.
Oh my gosh.
This is a long ass intro. Anyways, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Toon Nation podcast. I'm Code.
And I'm August.
All right. This is our second episode. Off to a great start.
A horrible start. But if you haven't gathered, today we're talking about anime. Woo! Cue the air horns. Okay. I'm a little nervous to talk about anime.
Why is that?
Because the anime community, they're so passionate, they're very sensitive.
They're the most sensitive community out there.
They're the most sensitive community out there. If you're not on your P's and Q's, they call you out. They get a little antsy. But as we said before, we're not professionals. We just love this stuff. And hopefully our love
just entertainment at the end of the day. I don't know how they get so sensitive.
I hopefully have expressed through this. So, like what Code said, today we're talking about anime. And when did you first start? Like, tell me your anime origin story, Code. I want to know how you first got into it. What you were watching. Did you even know what you were watching?
It just depends. I mean, I think everybody's, like, especially if you're born in the 90s, like, everybody's first real anime is probably Pokemon. But do we count Pokemon as an anime? I don't know.
Yes,
it technically is. We do?
It's made in Japan.
I know it's made in Japan, but it doesn't have like the full context of like what we really think anime is. It's made for kids. I think that's the issue. But
you don't think anime is made for kids?
Some anime is for sure, like definitely. Mm-hmm. But I just when I think anime, Pokemon is the first thing that comes to mind. It's like
that's beautiful because I totally forgot about Pokemon.
Yeah, I thought about it. I was like, if I'm really honest, it's probably Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. Mm-hmm. But if I gave like a particular, like my first experience was definitely Dragon Ball Z, or pretty much Toonami. Like not like Toonami at night or on Saturday nights, like Toonami every single day during the weekdays after 3:00 when you got home. It is
Toonami came on after 3.
Yeah, you don't remember Toonami on weekdays?
I remember Toonami on weekdays, but I thought it came on at like after dark, like 9, 10, 11.
I don't know. It was like an afternoon show.
Wow. I would have to pull up the Wikipedia on that. But
I
I mean, this was definitely over 20 years ago.
I
So,
yeah, definitely was. Definitely. I mean, I don't think I really watched until like the early 2000s. I think as far back as I remember, it was probably third grade when I was really into Dragon Ball Z.
as I kind of alluded to on our last episode, my first anime, my parents introduced it to me because I was a child, was Thumbelina.
I don't know how you got the copy of the Japanese Thumbelina, but that's crazy.
No, it was definitely in English. It was dubbed. It was
I mean, but it's
VHS.
like anime though, you know.
Yeah. And I think I had told you, like, rewatching it again as an adult, I was like, "Ooh, this is giving like Studio Ghibli vibes." Like, wow, still a little disturbing at times, but I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, okay." But not even knowing that that was an anime at the time, I'm definitely with you. Like, my first introduction was definitely Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z for sure. I didn't even I mean, when were you even aware that anime was like a term for what we were watching? Like, I had thought this stuff was created in the US. I didn't even know it was like a Japanese export type of thing.
Definitely fourth or fifth grade because I think in fifth grade
Mhm.
I bought my first manga.
What was your first manga?
I mean, it was Naruto.
Full disclosure, I have never read a manga. Don't plan on
What?
reading. Don't
Get off the
plan on reading
podcast.
one.
Get off the podcast.
First of all, we're not a manga podcast. We're a cartoon and anime podcast. So I'm where I need to be.
You know your roots. You need to know where it came from. You know.
I know, and I feel I'm like saying all the things that I feel like that would make an anime like enthusiast cut us off. But like, I didn't even realize that animes were adaptations, that they were not the original, iterations of the art.
What? Were you
I
watching?
know.
For context, me and August went to like elementary through middle school together. Were
Mhm.
you even like reading manga like then in like fifth grade?
No, I was not reading manga. I didn't even
What?
and I was a reader bitch, okay? Let me just tell our audience, I was reading books, reading down. But manga was never anything that I picked up from. I remember going to Barnes and Noble and seeing
Mhm.
the manga section in Barnes and Noble and be like, "Yep, nope, that's not for me. I'm not going over there.
Really?
Where bring me Twilight, bring me Vampire Academy, bring me, everything else." But
You must
and
have
my
not been in my class because I read all the manga for Naruto because like Naruto was really that. I mean, I watched Dragon Ball Z, but I think I watched Dragon Ball Z in the same context as like I watched like Power Rangers growing up. It's just like I'm just here
Mhm.
to see niggas fight, and like that's all I care about. But like
Yeah,
Naruto was like really the first like anime to really draw me into the story, into the world.
yeah,
And so like I
yeah.
bought all the toys, got
Mhm.
Shonen Jump like every month that I could.
You
That's
had
what really
Shonen
got me in.
Jump?
Yeah,
Wow.
you know I used to draw like crazy, and I used to draw anime all the
Yes.
time.
Yes. Holy cow. My brother, my younger brother, he had the Naruto mangas. And I would pick them up, I would look through them, flip through them. And then I realized that I was reading it wrong because you turn the page the other way in the
Mhm.
manga,
All
right?
right,
So, but no, I never got into it. But I'm glad that you brought up Naruto because even though, Dragon Ball Z or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh were our first like introductions to anime, the first anime that we watched, I feel like Naruto was the show that resonated not only with us, but I feel like our generation.
oh, for sure,
So
definitely.
I
Especially
remember
like
as a kid, go ahead.
I was just gonna,
Go ahead.
especially just like younger millennials, early Gen Z for sure. I think
Mhm.
Naruto is just that all-encompassing anime that brings. It really got anybody in the anime at the time.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, like we would be out with my parents. I don't know if we were like doing a Friday dinner night, hanging out as a family. And I remember flipping out because I was like, if we don't get home in the next 15 minutes, I'm missing
Hmm.
an episode of Naruto and I'm going to throw a fit. I used to
Facts.
tell my parents, I'm like, this is my soap opera. These are my stories, okay? I need to know what Sasuke is about to do tonight.
Exactly. Because we
There was
didn't
no
have DVR.
streaming.
We didn't have DVR at the time.
There
Like
was no
if we miss it, we
streaming.
miss it.
If you miss that shit, it was curtains. And that was the first show. Naruto was the first show, like kids show, marketed to kids because it was on Cartoon Network, that brought me to tears, had me in shambles. Like I was identifying with the characters. I could understand what they were going through, understood their passions, what was driving them, all of that. No other show had done that to me. As much as I was, falling over Billy and Mandy, yeah, that show made me laugh, but it didn't really evoke any other emotions out of me.
No, it didn't teach me life lessons like Naruto did.
It didn't teach me life lessons. This is a little embarrassing, but I'm going to share this anecdote. I was on the JV basketball team in high school, and I was the type of kid, I was good at all the sports I did, but I was never really like amazing at one sport. And basketball, I don't know, I just couldn't get it. And there was a girl on my team, and we were like similar height, like similar build, like I don't know. I kind of just looked at her like she was my rival. We were on the same team. I'm like, damn, I'm the fucking Naruto on the team. This bitch is Sasuke. She's shitting on me at practice. I can't I can't learn the plays. Like I can't learn nothing. Like that shit. I really internalized that, but it also pushed me to like try and do better. But yeah, Naruto was really that bitch.
Dude, facts. It still is. I'm currently doing a Naruto watch. That's what I do during work for pastime. I just turn Naruto on in the background.
You're on Naruto, or are you watching Shippuden too?
No, just Naruto right now. So I'm in the tuning exams, like
an amazing arc.
Orochimaru just popped up and was like, nigga, I'll be here.
Orochimaru. Okay, can I tell you? So anime, I feel like you have to, no matter what you're watching, you have to watch it alone. Because I feel like every time I'm watching it, when I was living at home in the living room and my parents would walk in the room, the craziest scenes would be on. And they'd be like, August, what the fuck is that? Case in point, you brought up Orochimaru. Do you remember that episode when he was crashing the tuning exams and he was fighting the third Hokage? And he shed his skin and was like turned into this demonic witch woman and like was giggling.
Yeah, I literally just watched that episode. I was just like, how was I not like? Yeah, I was like, how was I not like creeped out? Like, I hate scary movies in general. I don't know how I was watching Naruto. Like, yeah, this is my shit right here because that was just so freaky.
If my mom had walked in and saw that, she'd be like, you're going to church right now.
Right.
Like, get your ass up. Got this demonic shit on my television. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that nigga was weird. I didn't understand it. I was just like, that nigga's evil. We need to beat his ass. He doing weird shit, and we ain't having none of that.
But that kind of speaks to how multifaceted the show was, because it could go really dark, like episodes like that, but it was also really lighthearted in some episodes, mostly the filler episodes, which I should have skipped when I was rewatching the series.
Got to. Ain't nobody got time. We gotta move.
Yeah, the fights were just the choreography. Even still, like rewatching some episodes, I think the choreography with the fights still kind of holds up to its like modern counterparts.
Rock Lee and Gaara's fight still holds up today. Like, still a top 5 fight throughout Shippuden.
Top 5 fight. Naruto and Sasuke's first fight when they were trying to bring him back. That animation is stunning. And like you can really feel the emotion, what the characters are going through. Naruto was the GOAT. But you know what? That could be its own episode. So
yeah, we can save it for another.
We could, but there is one thing that I did want to talk about, and I feel like that's the stigma that comes along with liking anime. There might already be a term for it, but I dubbed it the anime closet. So when I say the words the anime closet, what comes to your mind?
I mean, case in point, you might like anime, you might watch it a ton, but nobody knows that you do it, and you just do it in secret on
You
your
do it in
laptop
secret.
by
You
yourself.
do it in silence by yourself. You don't want to be labeled that weird kid, because we know those weird kids. We know the kids in high school that was Naruto running to the cafeteria, and you did not want to be associated with that.
Facts.
Also, the kids that clipped them furry tails to their back. I don't understand what that was. Maybe that was some furry thing that I'll never understand.
It definitely was a furry thing. It was just like back then, like whether it was like anime or weird furry shit, like it all came under the same umbrella, and you were just
all
judged
under the same umbrella. You were judged for it. But now that we've gotten older, I'm realizing a lot of niggas that would have like clowned you for liking anime is the same niggas watching anime. I see on Twitter. I see y'all.
Everybody likes
I see y'all
anime.
retweeting.
It ain't the same like it used to be. It's okay to like anime now.
It is okay. I feel like, so would you say that anime has become more mainstream, or
1,000%,
or that everyone's just coming out of the closet?
No, it's more mainstream, and more people are just, they don't have any reason to hide. I mean, for me, like we were real comfortable watching anime like up until like we were like teenagers, but high school, like I did not watch anime in high school, like at all. I just kind of stopped doing it because I had no friends who did it, who watched anime.
Oh my gosh,
that I knew of.
I think I did too. I think I had a period where I stopped watching.
Like I didn't watch Shippuden until I was like 20 or 21.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just like I watched all of Naruto because that was on TV growing up. But I remember the first episode of Shippuden coming out, and I was trying to watch it on my like slow ass internet back at the time. It wasn't really working. But like after that, I didn't watch through high school because I didn't have friends who were open about it. Nobody really talked about anime people that I hung out with. So it wasn't until like I got my group of friends, and then like freshman year of college, I was like, oh, we all watch anime? Who knew?
And Who knew? Why didn't y'all say anything?
Nobody really talked about it. I didn't think to bring it up. And I just like, excuse me, but completely forgot that I liked anime like that, and then just picked it right back up.
Yes. There was a reawakening, because I remember like, especially in our like middle school, I remember actively explaining like the different ninja tribes to like my friends, like in the lunch line. And then transition to high school, I didn't even utter anything. And I remember being in class, like some people having their side conversations, talking about Naruto or Dragon Ball Z. And I remember like wanting to hop into the conversation, but I also didn't want to out myself. Like,
just
like, oh, I know what you guys are talking about. But,
right. Yeah, it took me a while to find my niche. You know, we both went to new high schools. So like my first instinct was just like hang out with people you knew growing up. I just played sports with them. So like bringing up anime to a bunch of like varsity football players, it wasn't happening.
It was a no. Okay, right. So we both remember a period where we stopped watching. When did we start picking it up?
Freshman year of college is when I just started watching anime again.
Oh my gosh, we are linked because I'm glad we're talking to each other.
This is like 2014. People don't know when we went to college. So like 2014.
You're unlocking these memories because you actually sparked like me getting back into anime, and that was and that was with a show recommendation. You told me to watch a show, and you were like, you're gonna love it. And then after I watched that is like what resparked my love for anime.
What was the show?
Can you guess it?
If it was freshman year, I was either watching Fairy Tail. I didn't like it that much, but I was watching Fairy Tail or probably Attack on Titan, maybe.
It wasn't those.
Was it those? What was? Just tell me. What was it?
I want you to figure it out. I'll give you a hint.
I can't remember. Like it was. I was watching Fairy Tail. I was watching Attack on Titan. I was watching Yu-Gi-Oh because they put it on Netflix. So I was like, yeah, I'm about to get back into this shit. But after that, I don't know. What was it?
Okay, this is gonna give it away. But the protagonist is a bald person who becomes a mentor to a cyborg. And
One Punch Man.
Yes.
I'm watching One Punch Man, dude.
I remember it was either it was sophomore year because I had moved off campus, and you told me, you were like,
Yep.
you were like, "Are you watching One Punch Man?" I was like, "No, what is that?" And you were like, "It's this anime, like you're gonna like it." And at that time, where I was as like an anime watcher was I was really only watching the mainstream shows, like what was on Toonami. I was watching Naruto, I was watching One Piece, I was watching Dragon Ball Z, I was watching Inuyasha, which was on at the time. This is giving away our age. I was definitely watching Yu Yu Hakusho for sure. So I feel like One Punch Man was kind of ushering into this new wave of these new shonen. And so you were right. I put One Punch Man on, and at that time, like sophomore year of college, I still wasn't even watching Japanese versions. I was watching the sub versions. And I loved it. I loved One Punch Man. I finished season 1 in like less than a week. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna like start watching stuff again. Then I started rewatching Naruto. Fillers and all. You should have told me not to, because I would have saved a lot more time.
If you asked me, I would have told you not to.
I know.
Ain't nobody got time to watch the fillers.
Ain't nobody got time to watch all those fillers.
So I was like, because when I did my rewatch, I was just like, because I didn't know about filler until, because I was like, let me rewatch Naruto and then go back to Shippuden because I don't remember what's going on. And then like Naruto like has like 200 episodes, but only like 100 of them are like actually part of the show. And I was just watching this. I was like, man, where are we going to find Sasuke? Like, what's going on here?
Literally, what's going on? Why do they keep running into these different people? What happened to the actual plot? I don't care about these side characters. One of the ones I hate the most, you remember that Star Ninja Village? They were like being poisoned. Okay, good. Because it sucked. It sucks so hard.
Filler, that's you learn the hard way that you're just wasting your time, and then you're like,
you're just wasting your time. And what I love about these new shows, this new class of shows, there ain't no filler, bitch. It's all canon, okay?
It's like we don't make money if we just make a bunch of trash for like 2 years straight. Like we gotta chug out the story as fast as we can. We
gotta get to the plot. So, but now when I watch shows, instead of, ooh, do they got sub? Bring that dub on, baby. So I hear this argument a lot in the anime community, which is the dub versus sub. Thoughts on that?
I'll tell you right now, if y'all listening and you're like a sub inferior type of person, you can leave because ain't nobody got time for that. It's not that I like dubbed better than sub. I'm not one for either or. It just depends on what I'm watching and what I'm doing. Like there's certain like Naruto right now, I have it dubbed. One, because I grew up watching it dubbed, so I'm not gonna watch it subbed until I had to. Yeah. But also like it's just background stuff for me most of the time. Like if I want to do something while I'm watching things, which is a lot of the time, like what's going on is like I'm trying to multitask. I'm trying to clean up the house while I'm watching it. I'm turning on dub. Hey, I can't listen to sub.
You cleaning the house to anime? You're supposed to be using gospel music.
We can do both at the same time. It doesn't matter.
You missing Kirk Franklin with Kakashi? That what?
Oh my god! We're getting off topic here. The point is, I don't really care. Like if I'm trying to watch the newest anime like as fast as I can, I'm watching sub because I kind of have to. I don't feel like waiting 2 weeks if it's a simulcast. Like I need to know that story because Twitter's going to be all over it.
True.
Like the day of. So I think I know your answer, but what's yours?
Oh, I agree with you. It depends on what I'm watching, the context that I'm watching it in. Like, am I immersed or is this just something that I have on? But I realized that, and you know what? For the people out there who are sub only, I'm not as militant in code in my thinking. If you prefer sub, and that's the only way that you can watch it, I'm getting them mixed up. Dub. Okay. If you prefer dub, and that's like how you want to watch it, that's how you feel comfortable, whatever, that's cool. Like you can do that. But there is definitely, all dubs are not created equal. Okay.
Not at all.
There are some shows where I prefer the dub. Now I'll give you some examples. Number 1, Mob Psycho 100. Their dub is amazing. The characters sound fantastic. I love the voice actor for Mob. He sounds like so meek, so gentle. He really like expresses that character very well. Reagan, his English voice actor, nails it. He really comes off as like the fast talking con man that he is.
Keep this talisman with you at all times.
Are you kidding me?
Do not shun the powerful magic, my friend. If you keep it with you, someday, something will happen. I won't ask for money, but I will ask that you tell no one what took place here today.
And Dimple's voice actor is also really great.
Facts.
And I love watching the dub for Mob Psycho 100. Like, I like to watch season 1 in the dub, but I like to watch season 2 with the sub, because in season 2, when some of those intense scenes when Mob gets to 100 and he starts fucking shit up, I love his Japanese voice actor, because he just like really gets across the intensity of the moment. So sometimes I go back and forth. Another anime that has really good dub is My Hero Academia. I love Bakugo in English.
You think so?
I love Deku in English too.
One for all! 1,000,000%! Delaware! Detroit!
You think so?
Deku sounds like a pussy in sub.
I think they both sound like pussies, honestly.
But I really love them. I love how the kids sound in the dub for My Hero Academia, and also One Punch Man. I like the dub as well. I like how Saitama sounds, and Genos.
I think the main, well, I agree, at least with like Mob and One Punch Man, but I think the main common theme is like when like both of these shows have like a common theme of just like there's comedy being like put across from the shows. And I think you get the comedy if you watch sub, like you get it. But I think it portrays better in dubbed when it's just like straight English and you get the jump a lot quicker.
That's so true, especially with Reagan. He's really where a lot of the humor comes from in Mob, and it's just like as soon as he says it in English, it comes across. You're laughing.
100%. So like with Mob, One Punch Man, Kill La Kill, there's a lot of humor in Kill La Kill. I love the dub for that show too. It's just like when I'm trying to laugh, I'm not trying to read and then laugh, you know? Like I need to hear it. Joke comes naturally and then you just keep going. Like that's just kind of
on the flip side, shows that I will never watch in dub. Attack on Titan. I hate how Eren sounds in English. He sounds awful.
I haven't watched a dubbed Attack on Titan probably since like the first season when I first watched it, because I was a little late to the party. So I forget what he sounded like back then.
Promise Neverland. I can't do it.
I don't know if I watched that dub. I think I did watch the dub. You like the dub for Promise Neverland?
No, I like the sub better.
Interesting. I mean, I still loved it dubbed either way. The first season, not the second season, but
Demon Slayer sub all the way. And actually, it's gotten to the point. I'm watching so much anime now that I am recognizing the voice actors. I am recognizing them. And I'll text you from time to time. I'm one of those people. 2 examples. We just talked about 2 stellar anime, Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer. Alco and Tanjiro, same voice actor. And I caught that, and I had to look it up to confirm. I was like, "Oh, look at me!"
I don't be paying attention to that. I don't be paying attention. I just be watching with my brain turned off.
There's also another anime that just came out for the winter. I think it's called Sabakui Bisco. Have you heard of this?
What's up?
It's this anime. It's like set in a like a Mad Max Fury Road, like dystopia, like sandy landscape. And for some reason, there's this like ailment affecting people where they start to like rust away. They start to deteriorate, and you can see rust on the skin, and it's apparently it's because of some type of mushroom that's causing it. And so this world has like outlawed mushrooms. And there's this doctor who is also voiced by the same actor that does Falco and Tanjiro. He's a doctor. He's trying to find a cure to stop people from rusting, like using mushrooms. And then he runs into this whole thing. It's a little convoluted. I'm only 2 episodes in, but I like it. You should check it out.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It looks interesting.
But I'm starting to pick up like, and you know, the actors, they change up their voices a little bit for each role because you can't sound the same for every character that you're playing. But the little nuances in their voices, I'm starting to pick up. Like, who's the character on My Hero Academia? His superpower is like the feathers. His feathers. You know what I'm talking about? He can like he could send his feathers out to like do his
the feathers.
bidding.
Oh, Hawk.
Yeah. His voice actor is the same as Gojo Satoru in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, I like his voice much better. I like Gojo much better than Hawk. I'll say that.
Yeah, same. But you know, whatever floats your boat. Like I said, not as militant as Code. If you prefer dub, I'm gonna let you rock. Because
I don't care. I really don't care. It just depends. It really just depends. Like I definitely hear what people say, like some dubs are awful. Like I think, like you were saying, I think one main issue with dub, like it's cool with sub where you can hear certain voice actors throughout certain shows. I think they're much better at distinguishing their characters' voices from the other ones that they portray. Whereas in dub, like some of the same actors are really bad at doing that. I don't know. Like I could tell who you are, and it's just like I just hear, especially it's a lot of nasally young kids that they voice, and it's like it's just the same character. It doesn't give them any personality, you know?
Yeah. Another show that I feel like the dub is really well done is Samurai Champloo, and also Cowboy Bebop. Their dubs are really good.
All done by the same director, you know?
Oh,
he cares.
You know.
He cares about his stuff, you know?
He does care.
That's something that old, like pre 2010 animes have on like now, is that the dubs were like 10 times better back then. Because they were
even Dragon Ball Z dubs, they were really like giving their all. All
like,
that yelling, like, you got to give it your all.
Right.
Is to go even further beyond.
Right. Like outside of like Steve Blum, who's like voices everything, like I felt like they used like a bunch of different like voice actors in like the 2000s and 90s. Whereas now it's just like I feel like it's just the same pool of people that they pull from to do animes.
For sure. But was there anything else that you wanted to add on the dub v sub argument?
I mean, watch what you watch. Just don't tell me I'm inferior because I want to look at my phone.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because that is one thing that is a little daunting about being in the anime community. Is not only are they, some people will tell you like, oh, like you should watch this. This is good. This is bad. But they'll tell you how to watch it, that you're watching it wrong, that you're not going to get the same impact or same experience. But that's okay.
Like I can read. I know what they're saying. Like it's okay. Like I still have subtitles on anyway. Like it'll be okay.
Literally okay. I always got subtitles on, and you know what? I hope we see subtitles in the movie theaters one day. I'm a subtitle bitch.
That's not gonna happen.
We need to be so for the people that can't hear, they just can't go to the movie.
Movie theaters speakers are so loud. What are you talking about?
If you're deaf, it don't matter how loud them speakers are.
I think if you're deaf, you get like a reader, if I'm not mistaken. You can get something that like has subtitles for you.
A reader? Wait, like hold up.
Like a teleprompter of some sort. I think that exists. We're getting off topic, but yeah, I think like it's like a device that you have. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Wow, blew my mind. I actually will want one of those going to the movie.
But you're not deaf. You don't need it.
But you know what? Some of the sound design in these movie theaters, these characters be whispering to each other, and I don't know what they're saying. I need to know what they're saying.
I agree with what you're saying with movies in general, but I don't get that in like the theater. I only get that at home. At the theater, I feel like it's so. Then again, my past few movie experiences have pretty much been strictly Marvel movies, and I've seen them in IMAX. So like that's like the loudest, best experience you could have. So maybe that's not the case. I don't know, but at home, definitely movies in general are too low, especially the dialogue.
For sure. And have you ever seen an anime movie in the movie theater?
Does Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh the movie.
Yu-Gi-Oh the movie came out in theaters?
Yeah, hell yeah! Because if you went to the movie theater, you got a card, a special card. Yeah. That's what I was like. We gotta go. You gotta go.
What year was that? Yeah,
2004. This is 2004. This is when we went to summer camp. This was like peak Yu-Gi-Oh for us. And I went to the theater, got my card. It's insane.
Also, speaking from the perspective of being Black, my mom would not let me have Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, you playing witchcraft. What you mean?
She said, yes, demonic witchcraft. Like, that's what I feel like there's an added layer when you're Black and you like anime, because some people, I just feel like I remember some kids at my school just being like, no, like that's for white people. Like, you watch that, kind of thing. I just feel like there was an added layer, but I don't know. I like being part of the Black anime community. It's very dope.
Much bigger than what we thought it was growing up.
Much bigger than what we thought it was. And I love how enthusiastic people are. I love seeing like Black cosplayers. That's another thing. So I'm really like an anime only girl. I don't read manga. I don't cosplay. Have you?
No, I don't. Have I cosplayed?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Why'd you say it like that? You're like,
because you know
touch
me.
My pearls. No.
Because you know
I would
me.
never.
No, not like that, but like who I am. I've never cosplayed. I haven't gone
now,
anywhere
you know
to
what?
cosplay.
If we could get our hands on them Akatsuki robes, I might wear a robe. I might wear a robe around the house.
That ain't cosplay. That's just easily like palatable like anime wear. It's a robe.
I've also definitely worn a Leaf Village headband on my forehead. It wasn't mine. It was a friend's. I was borrowing it, but
okay. But no, Naruto's way it's easily accepted. If you wore something from like My Hero, even though it's accepted in the anime community, not a lot of people might know it outside of it. It's people probably side eye you like.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I feel like Naruto is like has crossed outside of the anime boundary. Like it's like so mainstream. It's such a mainstream media property that even if you've never watched the anime in your life, if you see that Akatsuki cloud, you could kind of like, okay, I've seen that before.
I was trying to buy freaking Michael B. Jordan Naruto collabs with Coach.
Oh yes, they did have the. See, anime is getting out there. Coach collabs, Michael B. Jordan, Meg the Stallion. That's my girl. She an anime girl.
Yeah, she had the paper cover with the Todoroki fit on. She's fire.
So fired. You ever see it like she gets her nails done often? She did like a Demon Slayer full set. It was so cute.
That's a pretty fire color set.
Adorable. So Code. So now that we've ventured into anime as children, we loved it so much. We kind of took a step back when we got a little older, trying to make friends in high school, doing sports and all that. Now we're back in it, 10 toes down. So what are you watching right now?
Well, at the time of this recording, I definitely need to watch the new Attack on Titan today and Demon Slayer. So
I just watched the new Demon Slayer today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on a little Demon Slayer tirade real quick. Ufotable. Shout out to y'all. Because the animation in this show is gorgeous.
That's the thing. Like Demon Slayer isn't really doing anything new, but like the animation is like so good. Yeah, it's
I've watched a couple videos on YouTube, kind of like talking about Demon Slayer as a shonen, and a lot of what people say is that they have the shonen formula down, like to a T. Like it is the perfect shonen. You know, it's a little predictable. The characters are predictable, but I think what stands out is like what you said, the animation is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
This latest episode, I'm so excited for you to watch it. I wish I could watch it for the first time again, but I just feel like these past 3 weeks, ever since they initiated the fight with Daki, is like every episode has just been, I don't even know if it's better than the last, but it's been very consistent for the last 3 weeks. When Nezuko, when my bitch Nezuko came out her box and kicked Daki's head off, I yelled at the TV. I said, I know that's right, Nezuko was whooping that bitch's ass. When she transformed, I said, oh, this is a grown bitch now. She grown.
I don't know about you, but like I don't like try to spoil anything for myself. I don't pay attention to manga nowadays, mostly because I don't have time. So like one, I was just like, is this bitch growing? What the fuck? She looked 20. Like out of nowhere. I'm like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden she's like, what is the upper 6th level demon all of a sudden beating her ass? I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Beating her ass. And it kind of alluded to like her, I guess her morphing abilities in season 1. You remember when she like first turned into a demon and she was fighting with Tanjiro, she did grow. Like she got a little bigger when they were like fighting, which I guess is just part of her power. She can grow and she can shrink. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's growing or if she's aging. Like, is she turning into an adult?
I mean,
or is she just getting bigger?
She definitely is like literally aging.
I think it is aging because that
lack
bust,
of a better term, but like you literally see her boobs like grow. They make sure you see it, but like,
oh man,
it's just like, what's going on here?
But then I'm like, so when she shrinks, she's becoming a child, like a toddler, kind of. Right?
Yeah,
that's what we're
pretty much because like she stayed the same because Tanjiro has grown in age, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think it's been at least 3 years. I want to say has passed since he was training with Arokodaki, and because that alone, training with him alone, I feel like more than a year had passed.
Yeah, pretty much. But she's pretty much stayed the same as far as I'm concerned.
So, but back to Nezuko whooping ass. She was so ruthless with it. And when she broke her muzzle and started smiling, I said, this bitch knows. She knows she bad. That demon did not stand a chance. She was not letting her up. She was literally stomping her out. She was stomping the bitch out.
She couldn't regen. She couldn't heal herself at all.
I want somebody to make an edit where they put Tim's on Nezuko when she's stomping Daki out. Because that was just so fire. She lit, speaking of fire, she lit the bitch on fire. I was literally so hyped for that episode. But since then, even like, you know, the episode after that, where she's like completely like kind of lost herself. And she's filled with the bloodlust. And she almost attacks those people. My heart was racing.
Hey, she a demon. Demons do what they gotta do, you know?
But she don't need to do that. She's a demon slayer with her brother. I was scared.
She's literally a top 10 demon at that form. So
I know, but it's not
hard.
It's not even her life that's on the line, because if she slips up, then Tanjiro is gonna lose his life, and so is Giyu.
All like niggas is dying, bro.
They have a pact. There's so much riding on her.
Right.
There's so much riding on her, like keeping herself in check. But she was so close to the line on that episode, but it was just so great. And you need to watch this latest episode too, because
I'm gonna watch it. Later. I promise. It really is, you know, no offense to Attack on Titan right now, but it really is like the #1 show, like period. Nothing really comes close to it.
Zenitsu, I hope that nigga don't ever wake up this season, because
he needs to stay asleep.
Been on it. He needs to stay asleep.
I didn't
like him. At first,
I mean, I
didn't
like him as a character. It's just frustrating.
Yeah, there's so much latent potential.
Right.
And it all hinges on this man going to sleep. What was was I what there was a fight with Zenitsu where I feel like a character or a villain had like put him to sleep or something, but it's like, haha, he's asleep. Like this is gonna be easy. We're like, oh, you just fucked up. Like you should have put him to sleep.
They don't know. They don't know. They don't know about my man.
So yeah, I'm definitely watching Attack on Titan too. I haven't watched has it dropped yet? What time does it drop on Sundays?
I think 2:00.
2:00. Okay, so it's out by now. Sundays are actually the bomb right now. You got new Demon Slayer, new Attack on Titan, new Euphoria. I know that's live action. That ain't part of what we do, but Sundays are lit.
I kind of wonder, like, just what TV's like in like Japan, because like I feel like those are like two of the biggest animes of all time coming out on the same day, you know, and like it's like much bigger there than it is here. So I kind of wonder like what's everyone's like schedule that day, like
right? Like, are they? You know how it's like when we have Super Bowl Sunday, like when they have drops like that, are they ordering wings? Like they got
I would.
They got alcohol ready. Like this is a major televised event. Come on, y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
But
you living in Japan, let us know. Like, what's
let
it
us
like?
know what it's like when y'all got drops like this. Like, is it a party?
So I know every person in Japan saw that Demon Slayer movie, so I know they tune in every Sunday.
Yes. Oh, so when I asked you if you'd ever seen an anime movie in theaters, I saw the Demon Slayer movie in theaters, and I watched it sub.
I mean, that was the best way to do it. Honestly,
it was a wonderful experience. I was crying in the theater. I think I texted you. I was like, "Why this movie got me crying in the club right now?"
Yeah, that's why I watched it at home. I had to save my tears,
and I saw it by myself too. That's how much I've grown as an anime lover. That I'm like, okay, I want to see the movie in theater. I don't care if I don't got nobody to see it with. I don't care if I'm sitting next to all these cosplayers and I just got on a hoodie and some jeans.
Literally cosplaying in the theater.
Literally cosplaying in the theater. You know how many damn Nezuko's I saw that night?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But I had the time of my life. I had my popcorn, my candy.
I bet you did. I gotta say, I haven't watched a movie that's made me like cry like that in a while. Like I was like, why am I crying? Why is this happening? I did not expect this to happen. I did not go into this to sob right now. I wanted to see some action.
Literally, but the action was there.
It was there.
And it was so like, when I don't know the name of the demon that was putting them to sleep. That's who was putting them to sleep. And I was like, oh, you fucked up. Don't put Zenitsu to sleep. But the way to wake up is you had to kill yourself. Like Tanjiro had to keep slicing his neck to wake up to fight. That's just so that sent a shiver up my spine.
It's just like I barely know this nigga. Why am I acting like you my brother? Like he died. Like what?
These are our brothers. These are our friends. We love these characters. Are there any other genres that you're watching? Are you like strictly shonen?
I'm definitely not strictly shonen. Like if anything, I try to get outside of shonen, but it just depends. I'm very like particular. Like, I try to get into like a little bit of slice of life, like. It just depends. It just depends, because like you know, like certain things in Japan that's portrayed in slice of life, and other just like it's very different from America. So it kind of depends. Like if anything, I don't know. Have you heard of Domestic Girlfriend?
I have heard of it, and I haven't watched it, but I have heard of it. I
feel like it's the most grounded one I've watched yet. More like in tune to something like if it were like a teen drama in America. I think
what's the difference between like a slice of life and like a romance anime?
I don't know. I think slice of life is just more like there's really little to no drama. Like the show's meant for you to be happy while you watch it. And like a romance is just like it's romance, and romance might have its ups and downs. So you kind of like there you might be hurt at the end of a romance, whereas a slice of life you're likely not gonna get hurt per se. Like,
would you say Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, like that's a slice of life. I didn't know if it was like a slice. I watched that one and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really cute.
I hate to say it. I enjoyed it. I'm watching it right now.
Why do you say you hate to say it?
Because it's weird, bro.
How is it weird?
I don't know. I don't like. It's just
you gotta get out of your Western ideals, okay?
The way they be portraying high school girls and stuff, like it's just like it's kind of weird.
Yeah, this is gonna sound so ignorant, but real Japanese people that went to school in Japan, do y'all have to wear them sailor outfits? Like, is that part of it? Is that part of y'all's uniform?
I'm pretty sure that's part of the uniform.
To the girls, y'all gotta dress like sailors.
I'm pretty sure.
Know. Okay,
I think that's the protocol.
Because I feel like the guy uniforms be real, like, okay, this is what we wore when we went to private school. It's like, button up Oxford shirt, some slacks,
Right.
But the girls, the skirts, they be so short. There's no way they're that short in real life. Are they?
Who knows? It's probably a dramatization for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I like it, but at the end of the day, like the whole point of the show is just this girl teasing this guy the entire time. Like,
I know, but I like the guy. I like that he's an artist. Like he's holding down his club. He's making sure he's getting his drawings in or whatever. This girl is just like messing with him. Like she wants him to man up. But wait, how far are you in it?
Probably 5 or 6 episodes in.
Did you get to the episode where like it was raining or whatever and they went back to her house and they were like playing video games and stuff? That is so cute. That's adorable.
Yeah, I get it. She's teasing him because she secretly likes him, but like still
we don't even
it's still kind of weird. I don't know.
So there's a similar show if you have the bandwidth for it. It just came out, part of the winter 2022 lineup, but My Dress Up Darling, it's kind of the same premise where it's this really like popular girl kind of like trying to be friends with the shy guy. It's pretty cute.
Doesn't the guy dress up? Am I wrong?
So the girl is a cosplayer and then the guy, he like designs and like makes clothes for like these Japanese dolls. And so
okay, because I started watching it, I was just like, I don't know if this is for me. I try to predict the plot within the first 5 minutes. I totally thought the guy was going to cosplay, and I was just like,
no, she's the cosplayer.
I was like, this feels like it's going to be deep on a weird level. I don't know if I have the emotion.
I like it. It has that light, airy feel that I feel like Don't Toy With Me had. I'm I just watched the 3rd episode today. I'm into it because I feel like I'm mostly a shonen girl. All the animes I watch are mostly shonen. I tend to gravitate to those. I like the formula. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, shonen, it's meant to entertain you. It's the equivalent of like a blockbuster movie in America. So
yeah, but I also like those animes that kind of like divert out of the shonen format. So, for example, One's 2 properties, One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100. They're definitely like shonen-esque, but I mean, One Punch Man is a satire, so there's that. But Mob Psycho 100 is also like, it's a little bit of slice of life mixed in there too, which I feel like really grounds the characters, and I think that's why I love it so much. It's like almost therapeutic to watch, and I really just identify with Mob. He's just so like caring, and sweet. His brother, I'll be wanting to throw hands with his brother Ritsu. He's a hater. He redeems himself later on. And the animation, the fights.
I mean, they go crazy with the animation for them.
They go crazy with the animation. Are you familiar with the term Sakuga?
No, enlighten me.
So Sakuga, I'm still trying to learn, these terms too. Don't hate us in the comments, but it's kind of like, it when you see it, but when it's when an animator really flexes their muscles. Like being an animator in general seems like it would be a pretty thankless job. You're working for peanuts, you're on a tight schedule, you're just trying to get the job done. And I think Sakuga is when those animators say, fuck that, I'm about to snap right now on a scene. So So, for example, in Mob Psycho 100, the fight where Teru and like the other ex Claw members are fighting, I think his name is like Shimazaki, voiced by Sasuke, the blind Esper that can also like see their movements. That fight is just amazing. It's like the scenes, you can really feel the blow behind every punch.
Mhm.
The way the buildings just are demolished, just desecrated. It's like you can see every single detail in each brick. That's an example of Sakuga. One Punch Man Saitama's fight with Boros, Sakuga. Like the way the city Z or city A, whichever it was, is completely destroyed. And some of the like hardcore anime watchers, they they've gotten to the point where if they see a scene executed a certain way, they can name the animator that drew it. But it's
Right.
just those it's really just like eye porn. Like when you're watching the animation and it's so fluid. It's these past couple Demon Slayer episodes is just laced with Sakuga. So,
Yeah, they
even
going
in
crazy.
Naruto, just going crazy. Um, but and you kind of get with these latest shows that I've been watching. So you kind of named some of the shows that you were watching. Is there anything else on your menu?
On my menu,
Mhm.
besides
I
rewatching
was on your
Naruto,
Funimation account a little while ago. You had some shows in there.
sometimes I just be turning stuff on just to try it out because, like, I don't know, like you talk about, you really love shonen. Like, I feel like
Mhm.
everybody loves shonen, but like me, like if I'm really like my favorite type of genre is usually animes that are more grounded in reality
Mhm.
because shonens are like it's fantasy for the most part.
Yeah.
Like it's all made up in a different world, most likely. Like that's why I
Mhm.
love like or I'm not gonna mess his name, but Watanabe, the guy who created Cowboy Bebop. That's why I
Yeah,
love all
yeah.
his animes, like
Wait,
Bebop,
but
like
Cowboy Bebop
Shampoo.
is fantasy in the setting. It's very
I know the
fantasy
setting's
setting
like it's
wise.
futuristic, but like also
Mhm.
like it's really inspired by American westerns and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Where like there's no like superpowers or anything, and you're just more telling like there's an actual story to it. So
I can see that.
that's why I recommended Michiko and Hatchin because
Yeah, that one
it's
is also
just
really grounded. It's almost too grounded for me because I'm like, oh wait, this shit is kind of sad. Like,
yeah.
I'm really feeling for these characters, and
hmm
I'm so empathic that if a
I feel like
character
we
is
need
like,
more of that, honestly, in the anime
yeah,
sector. Just like telling more real stories.
mm-hmm, yeah. But you know what? The one of the reasons why I watch anime is I get a lot of the real stories in like regular shows that I watch that aren't animation, and it's kind of like an escape for me.
Mhm.
Um, but I do love those like those more grounded stories that you were talking about, like Samurai Champloo is definitely really grounded. Like I feel like the characters are people that I would know in real life. Um, but as a shonen girl, of course I'm watching Demon Slayer. I'm watching Attack on Titan. Would Attack on Titan even be considered a shonen?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely gone past that. It's more like an epic, and if anything, it's like
Yeah.
the Game of Thrones of anime to
Ju-
me.
Jujutsu Kaisen, that's another show that you put me onto. I'm obsessed with
hmm
Jujutsu Kaisen. I
hmm
can't wait for the movie to come over here to the Western Hemisphere. I can't wait for season 2. I just love it's like the perfect so you know how we were talking about when we were kids, we had our Narutos, we had our Dragon Ball Zs, we had, those were our shonens. Jujutsu Kaisen is leading the new like generation of shonen. Like it's taken everything from those other properties, like including Bleach. You can tell it's very inspired by its like predecessors. And it's
hmm
kind of just taking that shonen formula and it's just like
Its
pshoo, like
parallels and Naruto are kind of it's night and day. Not night and day, I should say. It's pretty similar to Naruto in a way.
it's similar to Naruto. I haven't watched Bleach. I know. Oh, anime sin.
Me neither.
Um,
Who cares?
but I heard
Who cares? Bleach
I
was
heard
mid
there's
back in the day compared to Naruto. I'll fight anybody about that.
I heard it has some Bleach parallels. And there was and some Hunter. Is it Hunter Hunter or Hunter X Hunter?
It's Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter, another one that I haven't watched. Don't crucify me, but it has it
Yeah,
like parallels.
we need to get August to watch Hunter x Hunter, and then we can have a whole dialogue about it. Because
So
I could talk for days about Hunter x Hunter.
Just to give y'all some context, I've tried to get into Hunter x Hunter twice now, and I can't get past like episode 5 for some reason. I'm
Really?
trying, people. I've really tried to get into it twice. I tried with sub, I tried with dub. My brain, it's not clicking for my brain. Kind of the same way I tried to get you to get into Tokyo Revengers, and it ain't clicking for you either. Also, you don't like Fire Force. What's wrong with you?
Whoa. It's not that I don't like Fire Force. Fire Force is just like super shonen, and I was just like, yeah, I kind of get what's going to happen.
I love it. They have such great characters.
They have great fights and stuff. It's just like,
and
okay.
The only thing that I would say is a downfall of Fire Force, and this is just for me personally, my taste personally, that show is too horny. I don't like that.
It is a very horny show. It is a very, very horny show. But like, it's just like, it's a shonen, and it's probably the most predictable shonen out there. So like, I watched like the first season, I think, but I have not picked it up since.
Oh, I love Fire Force. Okay.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter is just everybody. I don't know why. It's just like the people younger than us, like Hunter x Hunter has been like a Naruto for them. I don't know why. I feel like people love Hunter x Hunter. It's really gotten a lot of people into anime.
Yeah, I feel like it's part of I don't think it's something that people younger than us watch. Well, maybe.
It came out in like 2012. Like the updated version came out in like the early 2010s, right?
Okay. The same person who wrote the same Hunter x Hunter shares the same mangaka as Yu Yu Hakusho. So you would think, because sidebar, love Yu Yu Hakusho. That was probably like my favorite anime as a kid, but you would think that I could get into it if it's like the same creator, right? No.
Two completely different shows.
It's two completely different shows, but it's from the same mind. So
that's not my beef with it. My beef with it is that it's overrated as fuck. To me.
Hot take.
Like their biggest arc is like extremely fucking long and disappointing. Like it was like a whole big thing. Like you think they finna fight Thanos, and honestly, the fights are kind of ass on if we're keeping it a buck. They're not. They don't compare to Naruto. They don't compare to Jujutsu Kaisen. Like it's just, it's whatever. But I think you should watch it eventually. I don't think it's a very hard watch. It doesn't get hard until the ant arc. The ant arc is just like the slowest chug possible. It's like, it's typical, like, this is a shonen and we're going to milk this thing for a year. and at the end, I was just like, that's it?
Another classic that I'm trying to get into is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. People have really said that this show is like one of the greatest animes of all time, and I'm crawling through it. Like I'm trying to get through it.
I couldn't finish it, but I don't think I couldn't finish it because I don't think it's bad. I think it's to a point where like it was made at a time where I would have really loved it if I watched it like when it was live, but now it's just like I don't know. I kind of have, like you said, you're chugging through it. That's kind of how I felt watching it.
Yeah, just chugging through it, but
I don't think it's bad. It just wasn't like sucking me in like any other type of anime.
Yeah, but I'm gonna stick beside it because I'm sure it's gonna blow my mind soon. I just got to get through. I still feel like I'm in those introduction episodes, but anything you're excited for that'll be coming out?
Chainsaw Man.
Yes.
It looks sick. Yes. I don't really know what it's about, but it looks insane. Except it keeps getting delayed.
They dropped the trailer for that almost a year ago now. Maybe a year ago or more than a year ago. I watch that trailer like once a week. It is such a great trailer. It's so hype. I'm like, oh. Since we're talking about like new shows that we're excited about, and like now that we finally like really gotten into anime and we're like distinguishing voice actors, now we're paying attention to studios. Can we talk about Mappa real quick?
Yeah, we definitely can because they're killing it.
Mappa is killing it. So what's been, what's been under their tutelage so far? The final season of Attack on Titan is Mappa. Jujutsu
Hmm.
Kaisen was Mappa. Mappa's gonna have Chainsaw Man. Like they have not been missing.
Yeah, they're getting slaved away over there. That's for sure.
I know prayers out there for the animators working, but y'all are doing some amazing work. And they're I feel like one of the people that founded Mappa, they used to be with Madhouse, which is responsible for the first season of One Punch Man, which woo, chef's kiss. Have you seen season 2 of One Punch Man under JC staff?
I don't think it's that bad. I still love the second season. So
It's awful, guys. Don't listen to Code. It sucks.
what are you talking about? It's really not that bad. I'm
the
still
writing the writing is still consistent. The humor is consistent. The animation went from a 10 to a 3. We keeping it a stack. Not to shit on,
yeah.
The animators, but I mean, when you watching some good stuff. Like, for example, Tokyo Revengers. I know you couldn't get into it.
Mm-hmm.
What's carrying that show for me is the story, like the plot, the mystery, like the interweaving storylines. But the animation is like, it's okay. It's getting me through it.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the shows. But yeah, Chainsaw Man. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for said this before, but Jujutsu Kaisen movie and season 2. Mob Psycho 100 season 3.
Did that get a date?
I don't know if it got a date yet, but
I think it's supposed to come out this year, but
I can't wait for that. That's gonna be amazing. Any final thoughts on anime?
I don't know. We kind of went all over.
We were all over, but that's okay because I just wanted, the listeners to find out where we are on the anime tier. We're not hardcore watchers. We're not going to watch every single thing that drops as it comes out.
Nobody has time for that.
Nobody has time for that except for the professionals on YouTube. That's their actual job.
Right.
That's not our job. But we are going to talk about what we love, what has us screaming at our TVs, what has tears running down our face. And we're also open to hearing any suggestions, what we should be watching based on what you've heard us say we like. What do you think we would like? One anime that I feel like was just so good and so artistic was To Your Eternity. I know you didn't finish it. You never finished it, did you?
It's just
every
slow
episode I was reduced to puddles. I was tearing up every episode. That hits you in the feels like no other.
Yeah.
If they got another season coming out, I'm gonna watch it.
I didn't think it was bad by any means. Like I watched like 5 episodes of it. I was just like, why are they trying to make me cry every episode? I don't know.
If Nagatoro gets another season, I'm watching that.
Probably will.
And I'm sure you will too, Code. I'm on to you.
I'm gonna finish it. Like I said, I like the show. It's just a little sus. That's all.
And then it's still up in the air on whether we're gonna get a Fire Force season 3. I'd watch it.
That's all you.
I think the manga is finished. I'm not sure.
Is it?
Maybe. I gotta look it up.
I don't know. I can
so
look up Fire Force.
What's gonna fill the hole in our hearts once Attack on Titan is over?
Chainsaw Man.
True. It's kind of how I feel. Please forgive me for getting way off topic, but you know how Insecure is over? And I was like,
what's replacing Insecure? Please let me know.
Abbott Elementary.
It's not really accurate, but like, yeah, I like Abbott Elementary.
Just something else to hold the void. So I'm just because Attack on Titan is gonna leave a huge hole. I was like, Attack on Titan is like Naruto, where I feel like it has crossed out of the anime bounds and into mainstream culture. It trends pretty high on my Twitter. I don't know about you. It'd be up there on the list. I'm like, oh, people is really watching this.
Yeah, it's huge. Like I think anybody should watch Attack on Titan. I think it's that big of a show.
And I tried.
Anybody should get into.
have you tried to get your friends? So now that you're out of the anime closet, you're loud and proud. Have you tried to get your friends into any shows?
Yeah, I try to get my non-anime watching friends to watch Attack on Titan because I'm just like, if there's anything you need to watch that isn't super, I mean, it's weird. Don't get me wrong. Like, just giants with big mouths eating people. That's weird. If you could get past that, it's like one of the greatest like stories of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have a friend who's really into TV. Like, she wants to be a scripted television showrunner, and I'm like, girl, if you want to see storytelling, you got to watch this. Like, some of the best character development, like the way they were planting seeds in season 1 that are paying off years into the future. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I've tried to get people into Promise Neverland. I feel like if you're into thrillers, like that's really gonna do it for you.
I think that's why Promise Neverland's getting like an American live action version. I know people hate that, but it's a pretty easily transferable story. So I'm not one to hate a live action adaptation immediately. Like, we could have an episode about the live action Cowboy Bebop and how how
August will not watch the episode.
It's not bad at all. It's actually a good show.
Anyway,
by a normal TV show means it's a good show. But if you're like some anime elitist who thinks it should only look a certain way and be a certain way, then yeah, it's not going to look how you picture it.
Are you calling me an anime elitist?
That's how people were when they first announced it, when the trailers dropped, when the show dropped. It's just like, open up your mind a little bit. This show is like actually pretty good. It's not going to be exactly what you expect it to be, but it doesn't matter.
Says the guy that was hating on the dub watchers. How it all comes full circle.
Oh my god! I'm not hating on dub watchers. I watch dub. What do you mean?
But the other show that I try to get people into is Mob Psycho 100, just because that's a personal favorite of mine.
Yeah, I do think it's funny. I don't know if it's like a must watch for everybody, but I think it's funny.
If you want to get to know August, if you want to know what brings a smile to my face, watch Mob Psycho 100. That'll tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, she said it was a 10 out of 10 right after she watched it. I was like, slow down. You gotta digest.
It's about to get a little crunk on the podcast, so I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. We'll talk to you guys later. I'm August.
I am Code.
And watch Attack on Titan. It's Sunday. I mean, you ain't got nothing else to do with your life. Peace.
Peace.